So setup wise, I think if we can make sure we get that alignment stick on the ground, that will straight that will help. Get the stick on the ground to help you align, because I have a tendency you do go a little bit right.
I do go right because I aim it left.
Exactly. Yeah. If we can actually get away from aim right, pull left, and be more straight to straight to straight, it's less variables. You're not going to worry about. And if you hit the ball harder, you'll be farther this way. If you're aiming right, hitting it left, if one's hit harder, which one is going to be the most dominant, left or right? So that's when you're not sure where the ball's going to go. Okay. So takeaway, as we said, certainly a lot better now. Working on that sort of club going back there. It's a smidgen on the inside, but not as much as it was last lesson. Okay. And the same on this one here. Now I'm pretty sure the same move. Yeah, we'll get back to the club now. Over the toe line there, really nice. In fact, that's a better one, if truth be told, than that one. Okay, because this one has more towards the camera. That was going a little bit on the inside. Probably more there, if truth be told, with the club and the hands up. Okay, so from the top of the backswing there now, you want to get that sensation that they're hitting that wall behind you. So the club now is starting to work backwards, but your club, you can see there from there, is actually working up and then goes that way. So as it starts going there, it starts going back in front. As you come into impact here now, the shaft is almost getting into the golf ball, slightly across the line. Your hands are working nicely now, so it's just a straight pull left. If the hands aren't working as well, or the club's gone back a little bit more open, as we said, a bit of a drifty fade back to target. When you get longer clubs, that becomes a weak shot to the right there, okay? So top of the backswing there now, the sensation, as we said, almost find that wall. So the club, you can just about see the club there through your hand there. Club now starting to sort of go backwards, and you sort of go back, sorry, and you're starting to get that club sort of flattening off or laying off. So at this position here now, see the golf club in a much more flatter position. If you see where that club is in relative to your right shoulder, okay, so your right shoulder, whereas that one is more upright, yeah? So we're getting a much more flatter angle into the golf ball there towards the golf ball, as opposed to being a bit steeper over your shoulder into the golf ball. Both of which are going to come down and make a reasonable contact because they're coming to the golf ball, but if one's steeper, you can hit the ground a lot heavier for one, and then you might try to sort of just miss the ground a bit, which could result in that sort of blocky one if we're not careful. So we're always relying on a compensation. Aim right, pull left, over the top, stand up. There's 3 or 4 variables that could help hit the golf ball straight, and when you hit 10 or 15 shots in a row, you find a good shot. But then you try the ball harder, which one of those 4 is going to be where the power is going to come from? Is it going to come from your arms? If you do that, it's going to be more outside the line. If you try it with the lower height, there's all these different variables, which is why when you try to smoke it, it just didn't quite work so well. So as he comes back on the inside now, you see this path, a much different path to where that one is there. You see the club now attacking more from the inside path. Now, because you're trying to almost drop it inside and come back, we can see the strike's a little bit toey. But that's just a bit of practice. They're sort of trying to find the sweet spot, okay? But I would certainly work on that wall drill. Get the sensation that club is sort of dropping and falling down behind you. Again, do that a couple of times a day. Put the kettle on, go and have a go on the back wall or the shed or somewhere, or when the adverts are on the golf, drag that club down the wall. Get that sensation that club's working more from a flatter, more inside path that way rather than that way. So if you do it a little harder, it'll be harder in that direction, not potentially that way or that way. Okay, at least we know the ball's going to be going towards target more, and as we said, your miss hits then, there'll still be a straighter shot, because the club and everything's working more in a direct line towards target there, and as opposed to being there and there. If you're relying on 2 lefts, or 1 left and 1 right to hit the ball towards target, there's always a bit of leeway that could go one or the other. And if you change your speed by trying to hit the ball harder, it could increase that further left or that further to the right. If everything's straight, put your speed into it, yeah, you might lose your strike because you're swinging faster, but at least your badge will go straighter. So if your tempo gets a bit quick, or you lose your speed, or you just think, oh, I'm going to smack for one reason or whatever, it's not going to be so destructive. That's the thing for me, rather than having a big pull, big block, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So you can work on that wall drill again. It's just a good sensation. It is an exaggeration, like I say. You wouldn't actually try and hit the wall on the way down a normal swing, but the sensation of hitting that wall just gives you that feedback of where that club is to come from. I would certainly encourage using alignment sticks. A, for your setting up, and B, using that against the wall if you want to. So give the feedback. All right? Good man. Right, have a couple more then, and we'll see how that path comes back to the golf ball with them. Okay?